At the 5th Biannual Conference on Construction Labor Relations, a panel of industry leaders talked about challenges facing unions in the construction industry. The conference was hosted and produced by Insight Information and held at the Old Mill in Toronto. Bill Nichols is Business Manager and Secretary-Treasurer of International Union of Painters and Allied Trades, District Council 46. He said construction unions are facing competition from industrial unions and other organizations, and that unions need to convince the industry to employ them.
I'd love to have $1 for each time I heard, well, they can't do the job without the building trades. They need us. We've been riding on our white horses, fighting our jurisdictional battles, demanding ineffective cost clauses in our collective bargaining agreements, and protecting the 5% of inefficient, non-productive members for years. All building trades are guilty of this one time or another, but I'm happy to say that we're changing those situations collectively by addressing lost work opportunities and implementing a code of excellence in our organizations that seem to be catching fire with a lot of the trades these days. There's also some legitimate competition to the building trades throughout Canada and here in Ontario. The interest of one organization may be in particular to accommodate employers is perhaps important to them more than it is representing workers. But I have to say, those organizations that are out there in competition with the building trades are increasing membership. They are looking at making accommodations to employers, and they are moving in areas where the building trades memberships are declining. Those competitive organizations are going to be there, and the building trades have to address that. Another challenge to the building trades are industrial unions. They're aggressive, entering into traditional construction jurisdiction. As the memberships decline in the building trades, these industrial unions are performing maintenance work that was normally performed by in various manufacturing facilities. Now, I don't want to see a race to the bottom, but we are challenged.
The panelists also discussed the challenges of recruiting young people into the trades. Larry McDonald is Senior Vice President at Black & McDonald.
So recruitment has to change, and has to change to be very positive. I think at bargaining and over the last years, probably all over the country, a balance about name hiring and things have allowed employers to name and therefore to get to the retention side. If you have a part of the selection, then you would likely to spend more money on the investment. I think both management and union would wake up and realize that the youth that shows up today aren't farm boys, and they're not guys who worked on their cars. Today's youth that show up to our work some of them are pretty geeky, and but the other side is they march their own drummer. They're a lot more educated.
Another challenge is trades training, or lack thereof, in high schools. Richard Lyle is a director at the Residential and Civil Construction Alliance of Ontario.
We, in our educational system, of course, as you know, we long ago have completely eviscerated technical and vocational training in our educational system, and we replaced it with finger painting and flowers and things like that, aesthetic pursuits. Our ability to recapture that is quite challenged because meaningful technical and vocational training is very expensive. You have to have equipment, and more importantly, you have to have people that know how to teach those things. So what do we have left? Well, we've got our training centers. We've got some colleges that are doing some really good things. I can tell you we're in the process. I just got approval yesterday to pursue a relationship with, for example, with George Brown College. We're going to come up with a low-rise and a high-rise specific program. George Brown is the first college that has an actual degree program in construction management.